What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to a Friday edition of the Shria podcast. It's a special edition, man. I'm happy to see all of y'all join your boy on this very different stream. Obviously, typically we're here on Mondays, but today we're here on Friday, and you guys already know what we're here for. It's the 2025 One Piece Awards, man. It's going to be a good stream. I'm looking forward to it. I have a lot of stuff queued up, and it's going to be interesting. I wish I had planned this a little bit sooner so I could get more input from the community, but it's okay. It's okay because it's still going to go. I was able to pull a little bit from a few people that I spoke to. They gave me some ideas of their favorite panels, favorite characters, favorite moments, all that good stuff, and I mixed it in with mine. But tonight, I want to have you guys in the chat help me out. I'm gonna run polls to determine who you guys think are the best nominees for these categories. But of course, before we get into that, anyone that might be new here right now or watches it after we are no longer live, this is the Shria podcast. Typically every Monday we're here at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time talking One Piece, all different aspects of it, chapters, episodes, One Piece news. We cover it all here on Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But today is a little bit different. So I have a very fun stream planned for you guys. It took me a lot of time to get it set up, organized, and everything because I really want this to be, in the future, a stream, a show that collectively the fandom can come to and enjoy, because One Piece has had a lot of stuff that's happened this year. Oda dropped the first chapter of this year was 1135, and the chapter that we just got this past Monday was 1169. So he's almost dropped 35 chapters. He dropped 34, which technically, if we're counting the one that's supposed to come out this Monday, then it would be 35. But the magazine is on break, so I'll say 35 just to make it easy. Oda will have dropped 35 chapters this year, which, when we go back and think about it, it feels like, man, we got so many break weeks. It's kind of dragging along slowly. But as I went back through the panels and through the chapters this year, I realized Oda's been in his bag. Oda's really been in his bag, and he's really gave us a lot of content. Because I sat down and read all the chapters multiple times while I was preparing for this stream. And man, it's been great. Elbaf has been amazing. So just to give you an idea of where we started, 1135, the first chapter of the year, that was before we actually had gotten before we were told that the Holy Knights were actually in Elbaf. That was the chapter where they're in the throne room and Gunko is actually hitting the two giants that are there. She's like, hey, where's Loki at? And then attacks the two giants that are there. That was the first chapter of the year, which also, before I get too deep, and I'm going to read the comments for the people that are here in the chat, this is not going to be a spoiler-free stream. So if you don't want to know about what happens in the manga, this may not be the stream for you, because we are going to deep dive and dissect all aspects of the One Piece manga. So this is your fair warning now before we get too deep into the stream. Okay, let me see who's in here in the comments. Let's see. I got my boy 3D704 in the building. He says, what's going on with you, my friend? Strawberry Babies in the building says, yo, what's up, Strawberry Babies? How are you, my good friend? Someone was there before you. It appears so. It appears so. He said, I came in way too early. No. You were just on time, my friend. You were about 45 minutes early, but that's good. We like that. My boy Za in the building says, yo, how's it going, Mr. Za? Good to see you. Good to see you. He said, my favorite moment is Summers helping the kid out of the tree. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, man. I'm actually shocked. Let's see. Yup. Amazing Summers moment. 3D704 says, mine is Harold admitting to be the worst king ever. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. We might have to get back into it. Told you, I am the guy for all the slander. So hey, direct it to me. Zaza says, nah, Harold is a good king, but dumb man. I still don't like that, but I'll accept it over what 3D704 just said. So we'll go from there. And then Strawberry Baby says, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe so you don't miss what the One Piece is, and share what the One Piece. See, thank you. Yes. If you haven't already and you're in here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we do content like this every single week. If you like it, then come on, what are you doing? Why not? Okay, and let me see. I didn't even start the Instagram stream. Let me start the Instagram stream for the people that are not on here already. Okay, let's see who else is in the chat. My boy Za. And Foley is in the building. He says fire. Yes, we are here. And no 1170 talk. Yes, please. No spoilers today. Keep that away from me. Okay. So guys, I think we got all of the formalities out the way. Hello to everybody that is on Instagram as well. Sorry, I'm not centered for you guys over there. I'll do my best to get centered into the screen for y'all. But anyway, without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, I'm going to be running multiple polls in the YouTube chat. So if you're on Instagram and you want to be a part of the voting for the nominees, you got to come over to YouTube, because that's where the polls will be. And yeah, that's where everything's going to be. So, man, without further ado, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Hold on one moment. Oh, no, let me do this. One moment, guys. Let me get this fully set up. I'm the producer and I am the man running the show, so you got to bear with me. There we go. Okay. All right, man. Let me get this set up here to see the presentation. So, guys, I figured that it wouldn't be right to have a One Piece award show without talking about the few people that did not make it into the new year. We had 3 different voice actors from the One Piece anime that unfortunately passed away this year. And it sucks, because it's something that you realize as we get deeper and deeper into the show. Some of these voice actors have been voice acting not only One Piece, but different roles for, 20 years, 30 years. There's one woman on here that passed away. She's been voice acting for 40 years. And I know a lot of people have talked about, they're realizing that a lot more voice actors are passing away. And I think there's 2 parts to that. One, I think more people are actually making posts about it and putting news stuff out about it, these different anime pages, mine included. But I think we're starting to realize there's a lot of stress put on the animators, a lot of stress put on the voice actors, a lot of stress put on the writers, the editors, everything that comes with what we love about One Piece. It's very, very tough. And a lot of these people are old, getting old. They might be sick. It's very difficult. So before we get into it, I wanted to make sure that I highlighted the 3 different actors that passed away this year. And we can go ahead and get into it. The first one that we have here, let me zoom in so you, just in case you guys can't see it. I know this should be good. The first voice actor we have here, his name is Takaya Hashi, and he passed away at age 72. He passed away on August 27, 2025. He had a heart attack, like I said, at the age of 72. He was well known for his memorable roles, such as Kakazu in Naruto Shippuden, Dogstorm or Inuarashi in One Piece, James Black in Detective Conan, Donovan Desmond in Spy Family, and Toki in Fist of the North Star. Rest in peace to Takaya Hashi. Next up, we have Arune. I pray that I'm saying that right. Arune. She was a Thai voice actress. She passed away on December 4th, 2025. She was most known for voice acting Tsuneo in the anime Doraemon, Conan in Detective Conan. She was One Piece's Nico Robin, the Thai actress for One Piece's Nico Robin. She was Sailor Mars in Sailor Moon, the Thai actress for Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender. She was Kororo, Ranma, and Shin-chan. Rest in peace to Arune. And this is the one that I told you guys about. She was voice acting for over 40 years. It's a lot of work on the body, a lot of stress. So rest in peace to her. Last but not least, this was the English dub's grandmother. A lot of your favorite animes were dubbed by this woman, and you might not have even known it. This is Julie Erickson, and she passed away this month. She passed away at the age of 86. She was most known for voicing Suru, of course, in One Piece. She voiced Recovery Girl in My Hero Academia. She voiced Pinako Rockbell in Full Metal Alchemist. She voiced Oba Baba-sama in Fairy Tail. She voiced Kokoro, of course we all know, here in One Piece. She voiced Shima Meizono in Koran High School. She voiced Setsuno in Toriko. She was Planet Chef's mother in Space Dandy. She was Kai Muramatsu in Tokyo Ghoul, Kumi Saiki in Psyche K, and Lizzie Bellier in Overload. So rest in peace to Julie Erickson. Like I said, she passed away this month in December, and she did a lot of the different notable grandmothers in anime, and of course, most known for, with One Piece at least, Suru and Granny Kokoro. So rest in peace to the voice actors and the ones that I did not mention as well. We will miss you and thank you for everything that you brought to the One Piece anime. Okay, and with that being said, guys, we can get into our first panel, or our first category of the day. And hold on one second, give me a moment, you guys, and we will put on some new Genesis. And the first panel or category of the day is the best double page spread in 2025. The best One Piece double page spread. And guys, when I was sitting here trying to figure this out, I had a really tough time trying to figure out, man, of all the double page spreads that we've had this year, which we actually didn't have too very many, but we did have a decent amount of notable ones. And of these double page spreads here, these are the two that stood out to me. So we had the mural, which of course we all know this very well, which, if I'm not mistaken, this was a chapter 1138. And then we have the infamous, we have the infamous multi 6-person attack on Emu, which unfortunately we all know didn't do very much at all. But we had the multi attack on Emu, and it was really tough. I don't know. So I'm going to let you guys in the comments determine who you guys think should win this one. I'm gonna set the poll up here. Just give me one moment and I'll get it set up. Hold on. Let me see which. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my screen right over here. I'll move that over here. Boom. Okay. There we go. Told you guys I'm playing producer tonight too. So there's a lot that's going into the production of this. So y'all understand. Y'all are my gang. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. All right. Let me go back to here and share my screen again. Okay. So I'm going to put a poll up and I want to know, 1 is going to be on the left. 2 is going to be on the right. So those are what these are going to be in the poll, just so you guys can understand. Again, 1 is on the left, 2 is on the right. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. All right, guys. So I just dropped the poll. Go ahead and drop your votes down in the comments below. Let me know which one you guys think should get the W for this one, for best double page spread. I'm so very curious. Let's see. We have Dizzy BBLB 182. Okay, you're first. Welcome to the stream. I don't recognize your name. Shout out to you for jumping in. She said, wow, I've had some of my favorites. I'm assuming you're talking about one of the voice actresses. Nika says, absolutely goated. Absolutely. Zaza says the mural. So the mural takes this one. Okay. Interesting. 6-on-1 emu hit. Okay. It looks like there's a little back and forth going on. Okay. It's not the message, it's the hockey hits on Celestial Dragon you make along the way. I love it. Okay, cool. She said, I'm new. Hey, welcome. Oh, okay, great to see you. Okay, let's see. Has everyone had a chance to vote? We have 5 votes. I'm going to give it like another minute. Make sure that everyone gets a chance to vote. Give it another minute. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, I'll give it another minute so that everyone has the chance to actually get their votes casted. Yeah, I am. Let's see. 3D704 says mural is as influential as Bink Sake. That's true. I mean, here's the issue for tonight. Tonight's going to be really difficult because there were a lot of good choices, but it was really difficult because I had to go through and pick some iconic ones. There's seriously some iconic panels and moments that Oda drew this year, and it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be tough. Okay, let's see what we got in the poll. And I believe the mural won on the poll. The mural had, 67%. Okay. 67% went to the mural. As far as best double page spread. Okay, cool. I can dig it. Again, everyone that is on Instagram, appreciate you for jumping on. I can't read your comments, but you can come to YouTube to watch the stream. Okay, so we had the mural for best double page spread. Cool. I can dig it. All right, let's go into next. Now, the next couple ones are going to get really difficult because some of these I had to put a lot of different choices because I couldn't pick who should be nominated. And just keep in mind, I understand there's a lot of good moments, so don't kill me too much if I don't have a moment that you thought should be here, because it's kind of hard to pick just a couple out of what we got in the 35 chapters we got this year. But either way, let's go ahead and move on to what we have next. Now there's 6, if I'm not mistaken, there's either 6 or 7. There might be 7 entries for this, but there's at least 6. So the first entry that we have here is Rox, who is pulling up to Emu to tell her, hey, now granted, he didn't say it in this panel, but just when you're appreciating this panel, just attach the fact that right after this, he said, I'll be back. I'll be back. He pulled up with a pistol to Emu with the aura. He's got the pistol hanging off of his leg. Emu don't even sense him in the room. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna be back for my fade. Then we have the next panel, and it is the Rocks Pirates after they had finally gotten formed, and the first actual full title box that we got of the Rocks Pirates. With all of their drip, they're finally together. They're standing there with all the aura that they have just dripping off of them. That is the second panel that we have for the competition or for the nomination. Third panel that is for the nomination is the drippy drip Shanks and Shamrock in the Holy Land, looking like mirror twins, might I add. Both got the swords on the hip. Both got the drips on the drip with their title boxes. The Figureland boys. The fourth panel is Shaki as she is walking off of the ship. She's looking down on these men. She's like, yo, what's up? I'm here. And all the men are losing their mind over Shaki. The fifth panel is Rayleigh. He said, yo, I've come to get you. Shaki, I've come to get you. You told me to pull up and grab you, and I've come to get you. The sixth panel, you know what it is. I don't even got to tell y'all. Y'all see it. Garp, Monkey D. Garp himself, getting blasted by Big Mom. He's standing there charred up. You call that fire, Lin Lin? You couldn't cook prime rib with this. And then the seventh panel is when we were getting told by Harul as far as who Nika was, and they're talking about Nika is, you know, the destroyer and he is a liberator. This is one of the Nika panels that we got in early Elbaf. I believe it was probably somewhere around 1136, maybe 1137, somewhere around there. So here's how we got to do this, because I can only run a poll for 4 people to see, or four options. I need you guys to rule out who isn't gonna stay. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I need y'all to rule out 3 that just off top can go, just to make this easy so I can get the panels together. Y'all need to pick 4 that can just bounce. Yesah says 3. Of course you say 3, bro. Of course you say 3. Of course you say 3. I'm okay. If 3 has to go, I'm okay with that. Dizzy says 5 can go. Okay, who was 5? 5. Okay, so Rayleigh. Zah says 4, Shaki can go. And 3, Shanks and Shamrock can go. Okay, Shaki, Nika, and Ray. Okay, so do y'all agree? Not the Rayleigh? I don't know. Okay, now it's between, okay, the Rayleigh had 2 votes already. So Rayleigh and Shockey are going to have to go. So it's between Shanks and the Nika panel. Which of those two are we bouncing? Because once y'all pick that, then I can figure out who we're going to do for the poll. I'm okay with Rayleigh going. I do like Rayleigh, but if Rayleigh has to go, I'm okay with that. Nika can go. 2 votes for Nika. Okay. Got it. All right, let me set the poll up. Not our first Nika, though. Oh, no. I got you. Twins going too hard. Thank you. Foley says Garp? Nah, Foley, brother. Garp cannot go, bro. No way. Okay, so this is what we have left. We have Rocks in the throne room, or excuse me, we have Rocks in the flower room for 1. 2 is the title card for the Rocks Pirates. 3 is Shanks and Shamrock. 4 is Garp. This is the poll here. Who has the best single panel for 2025? Again, I'll go back through it. 1 is Rocks in the garden room. 2 is the Rocks Pirates in their title card. 3 is Shanks and Shamrock. 4 is Garp. Let me know what the best single panel of 2025 is. I'm so curious. Oh, man. 4 votes and it's split. It is split. Wow. Okay. We gonna see. I'm gonna give y'all some time to drop your votes in there. I'm actually very, very curious. Oh, he said I didn't know the full list. Got it. Rocks Pirates title card. Yeah. That one's tough, man. I'm not gonna hold you. Because mind you, we were still getting him gathering the crew up at that time. Then finally, at the end of the chapter, because that was the last page of that chapter, that was when we actually finally got it. And you said, okay, it wasn't technically fully formed, I guess. We were technically still missing a couple of people. But this is the first title card that we got. So you're right. Not technically fully formed. Rock's pulling up on Emu. I love me some Zebek. That's a hard panel too. I wish in that panel, the only reason I take a couple of points off that panel is because we don't get the legendary I'll be back in that panel. It's in another panel. But if he had put it in here, I think there's no question that it would have to be here. Absolutely no question. I'm gonna give y'all just probably about another minute, and then we'll keep it pushing after y'all vote. Iris Blaze says, hope you had a good Christmas. I didn't. I broke my leg. I've been in the hospital since the 10th, and I'll still be in the hospital on New Year's Eve. Oh my goodness. You broke your leg and you've been in the hospital for... That must be a pretty bad break. I hope you're okay. Sheesh. Yeah, man. Godspeed, man. I hope that you heal quickly. I'm sorry to hear that. That must be a very bad break. Or I'm assuming you must have had some other complications with it. Because, geez, being in the hospital for 2 weeks, there must be more to it. But man, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you recover quickly. All right, let me see who you guys say got the dub. So we have 5 votes. If you didn't get your chance to vote, we're giving you 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, and then we got to keep it pushing. Okay. And excuse me, I got to drink water while I'm doing all this talking, because I normally don't be having my water on me. I gotta do better about that, man. So your boy's gonna be drinking some water. He said no silver axe, but was he really that important? Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. No Gloriosa either at this point. Yeah, no Gloriosa. So we didn't have her either. Okay. Let's see who won in the poll. And vote number 3 won it. Which vote number 3 was Shanks. Wow. Shanks and Shamrock for the best single panel of the year. Okay. All right. I'll tell you what I thought it was. Because personally, I did not think that was the best single panel. Granted, it was a tough one. It's super drippy. But it's got to be between Zebek sitting in his garden room, or it's got to be Mr. Charred Up Garp. Right? With telling him you can't even cook prime rib with that, Lin. Laughing in her face. That's me personally, but shout out to Shanks and Shamrock. They got the dub. Okay. This one should be an interesting one. The best plot twist / reveal. We have the plot twist or reveal of Rox was Blackbeard's father. The next one that we got this year was Shanks has a twin brother. The third one, Emu's Domi Reversi. That was the reveal that we got. And number 4 is the Harley text. That is the other reveal that we got. So we're going to go 1 for Rox was Blackbeard's father. 2 for Shanks has a twin brother. We're going to go 3 for Emu's Domi Reversi ability, which of course was the reveal. And then we're going to go 4 for Harley text. And let me go ahead and put the poll out. And we are boom. Okay. What was the blessed plot twist / reveal of 2025? I'll say while you guys are voting, man, Rox being Blackbeard's father, I do think that was a great reveal. I really do. It was not as crazy. We kind of already did expect that in the fandom. We did expect that. But it was great that we got it. It was great how we got it. Because I definitely did not expect Oda to go ahead and give us that title box and that reveal like he did when he did. So that was nice. Shanks having a twin brother, I was in denial. But I have to take my L. I took a massive L at the beginning of the year. But it's okay because with Shamrock came Gunko, who is one of my favorite characters. Because Gunko, I know Nika's going to hate me for this, bro, but Gunko is a little more drippy than Shamrock. That's just, Gunko is just a little bit more drippy than Mr. Shamity Shams. And that's not even me saying, right, that Shams isn't drippy. Because Shams is extremely drippy. But Gunko is just extremely drippier. Emu's Domi Reversi ability, in my opinion, was one of the craziest twists, reveals I've ever seen, especially in the story, because I didn't know what her power was going to be. So it was nice to see that, hey, this is what she can do. I definitely was not expecting it. Harley text was up there too. Harley text reveal was definitely up there too. That one was tough, man. That one was definitely tough. Let me see what you guys are. Let me see what y'all think, man. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go back over here. And Dizzy says, I respected pretty pirate aura. I mean, yeah, that aura was there for Shanks and Shams. It definitely was. for the fangirls. Let's see. One is Rocks. I'm sorry. His is too crazy. I agree, man. I agree. Let's see. Dizzy says 5 should be Marco Polo. Yeah, man, that was a pretty interesting reveal. I'm not going to lie to you. Dizzy says Emu because it was the main issue at God Valley, and I'm sure he dummy reversed Vanderdecken the first. And someone on Joy Boy's crew. Possibly. He said, I love the Blackbeard upscale. Yeah. Facts. All right. Let's see if everyone got a chance to vote. So we got 6 votes. Okay. I'm going to give it about another 30 seconds roughly. And then we'll call that one and we'll see what y'all chose. We'll see what you chose. I don't know. Me personally, it's probably going to be between... It's between Emu's Domi Reversi and the Harley text reveal. Those two are crazy. The amount of lore that we got in that Harley text, that will still be talked about all the way until the final panel. It really will. That was one of the biggest lore drops we've gotten in the entire series up to this point. But of course, Emu's Domi Reversi ability was tough too. It was tough too. Let me go ahead and end the poll and see what y'all chose. Okay, so 43% of the votes went to 1. Rox was Blackbeard's father. Wow. That was the craziest plot twist / reveal of 2025. Okay, shout out to Blackbeard, man. Shout out to Rox. Shout out to Davey. Shout out to everything, man. All right, let's go on to the next one. Best emotional moment of 2025. First one, we have Loki clawing himself on the mountain as a newborn, people. As a newborn. Loki was thrown off the mountain as a newborn, and he's clawing his way. Mind you, we've seen a panel similar to this, and it looked like our captain in Drum Island. Remember? This is Loki. Then, number 2, we have Garling taking the final blow on Rox, unfortunately. For which it was emotional. I hate it, but it was definitely emotional. We have Ranja in the 3rd spot. And this is when she's being walked off of the branch. And Gunko is standing there right behind her. And Ranja is about to fall off the branch. And she makes a statement. And she says, I'm a lucky girl. I bet everything will turn out fine. This is while they are having to determine if they are going to burn down the school / library or let Ranja fall off the cliff. And Ranja is saying, just let me fall off the cliff. This is tough. And then we have, I recognize your sorrow. This is Garp to Rox. When Rox has been Domi reversied. So, what do you guys think as far as the 4 emotional moments? What do you guys think? 1 is going to be Loki. 2 is going to be Garling killing Rox. 3 is Ranja. 4 is Rox crying and Garp telling him that I recognize your sorrow. And just give me one moment and I will make the poll. And boom. All right, the poll has been made. The poll has been made. He said, coming up with those devil eyes, spraying with holy water. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Nika said, Za, can't wait to hear. 4, my boy rocks. Okay. Let's see. Loki calling Ida his mom didn't make it. That was a good moment too. Which again, like I said, there are some that I didn't get. So for that reason, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't get all of the best moments. I understand. I might have missed a moment, but hey, it's okay. I wonder if oh my goodness, here we go. Or Gabon giving himself up to Gunko for Colin, or not for Colin. Yes, Colin. That was an emotional moment too. Definitely not gonna lie to you. That was fair too. That could have went in here. You're not wrong. That could have went in here too. Trip says, which one is Ranja? Ranja is 3. So 1 is Loki, 2 is Garling and Rocks, 3 is Ranja, and 4 is Zebek. And Garp is talking to him. Let's see. The moments needed to be nominated. Yes, I agree. Which again, next year, like I said, I will put it out at the beginning of December so everyone can gather their panels and their favorite moments for 2026 next year, and we can all put it out. Because again, this was something that I had to put together based on what I felt was most emotional, because I didn't have a whole bunch of submissions, so I had to kind of get it on my own. 3704 says, out of this, I'm going number 1. Ooh, okay. And I'm going to let y'all continue to vote. While we are doing that, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'd appreciate it. And drop a comment and say hi if you haven't already, because I'm having a good time. This is a special edition of the Stride podcast on a Friday. Guys. On a Friday. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all maybe another 30 seconds, and then we'll end it. And yeah, let's see, another 30 seconds, yeah, roughly, and we'll end it from there. Let's see, who would I think would be for this? I'm not gonna lie, man. Ranja's moment was definitely shrouded in emotion for me. It was definitely shrouded in emotion. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm curious to see. I'm so curious to see. Dizzy says, Oda gave us the greatest pirate, made us love him, and took him out so wrong. D-member with no smile on his face when he died. Facts, man. Facts. Straight facts, man. Strawberry says, nothing is better than that baby saving himself. I mean, you're not wrong. Loki pulled a Luffy Drum Island feat, if we're being honest. Newborn Loki was doing Luffy Drum Island feats. If we're going to be honest. Granted, he didn't have someone in his mouth. He wasn't carrying someone. But I'll allow it because he was still holding himself up on the mountain. You did the best quote yet? No, I have not. You're still pretty early. I think I've only went through 3 to 4 categories. So I have not done the best quote yet. Okay, let me see what we got. I'm gonna end it. Okay. Best emotional moment of 2025 is Loki as a newborn saving himself. Wow. That's a tough moment. That's definitely a tough moment. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a tough moment. That's a tough moment, man. That boy Loki born different, even for giants. Yes, I'm not going to lie, bro. That's crazy. Trip says, not going to lie, Rox wasn't shown dying, but the fact that his final sentiments were thank you, Garp and Roger, I'd imagine he was in fact smiling. Could have been. Possible. Throw some holy, oh God. But you like Loki though, bro. That's the contradiction. You actually like Loki. I don't understand. I can't wait to see the Loki / Lola situationship. Yeah. I hope we get to find out how that all went and how it didn't go too. But we'll see. But shout out to Loki for best emotional moment. Let's keep it pushing. Best new character in 2025. Best new character in 2025. Guys, I need to know, who is the best new character in 2025? I'm going to go ahead and make the poll. And I'm curious if you guys are going to say someone that will surprise me. I really am. Let me make the poll, and then I'll do a little bit more talking. Hold on one second. Let me make this poll. Okay. And almost done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the poll is up. Best new character of 2025. And before you guys say, well, Rox isn't new, Rox was finally revealed this year. We've heard about him. We never knew him. We didn't even know what he looked like until this year. And he finally got his title card this year. So he is technically new. While you guys are voting, I want to throw a monkey wrench into this slightly, because I think I know who's going to win, but I want to make a case for other characters that are not named Zebek. I want to make a case for other characters that are not named Zebek, because Shamrock pulled up with the aura drippity dripping off of him when he got revealed. And bro, we found out has a Cerberus inside of his freaking sword. He's rocking the drippiest colors in Elbaf. Granted, Gunko is drippier than him, but he's still got the aura to match. Summers, believe it or not, was actually written out and fleshed out. Probably one of the best, most fleshed out Holy Knights that we got introduced to this year. We're still kind of figuring out Gunko, but we got Summers in that God Valley flashback, and we got more time with him when he was in there with Shaki. Also, he had his moment when he was taking out the people in God Valley as well. Also, we got his moment here inside of Elbaf as well too, talking to the kids, him being just this maniacal guy who obsesses over his hatred of love and all things that are nice and desired. He's actually written really well, and he makes you really, really hate them. So that makes him a really good villain. And then Harold, y'all already know I stand 20 toes down for Harold. I don't even got to tell you, but it's okay. We're going to see if you guys voted for anyone not named Zebek. Trip says Scopper, definitely honorable mention here. Yes, that's true. I only didn't put him in there because he was he's not really new, but he kind of was. And also, yeah, it was kind of finicky. But yeah, that's fair. I'll put out shout out to him for honorable mention. Dizzy said kids category, Colin. I keep saying Colin. God dang it. Colin. So Colin was introduced in 2024. That's why he didn't make the list. We had already met Colin. He says Scopra and Gunko over Summers. Wow. Well, okay. Okay to you, sir. Okay to you. Shamrock would have gotten it if we didn't have Zebek or Loki. That's fair. Granted, Loki was also introduced last year too. So that's why he didn't make this list. Wow, 100. Okay. Okay. I don't think we need to discuss this. I think it's pretty clear. The best character, the best new character for 2025 is Davey D Goat Zebek. There was not one single person that voted against him. Wow. Okay. Davey D Goat Zebek. Let's keep it pushing. Why don't we? Best cliffhanger ending. Okay. So I believe I have 4 for this. I do have 4 for this. So we'll go through it. Actually, before I get into it, let me get the poll set up so I don't have to take time. I could just drop the poll when I'm done. Hold on one moment. Okay. Almost done. And okay. All right. So, best cliffhanger ending. So, we got the Shamrock reveal. Mind you, guys, remember where you were and how you felt when you first saw that Shamrock was not Shanks. You might have already expected it to be true, but remember when you first got the reveal that this was actually Shamrock, not Shanks. That was a pretty crazy time, and this was the last page of the chapter right here. That was 1137. In chapter 1141, we had Loki, who had finally stood up after they had unchained his arms and one of his legs. He stood up, and they're like, Loki, take your hand off of Ragnar. Remember that feeling you felt when you were like, oh my God? You were like, oh my God, something is about to go down. Something is about to go down. And sure enough, the next chapter, something did go down. So, let's see. Those are the first 2. Then we have chapter 1149. This is right before my personal favorite chapter. 1150 is my favorite chapter, just to throw it out there. 1149, the end of it. Allow Mu to show you the dominance of God. This is when we bit both ringed eyes for Gunko. And we're like, wait, hold on. What's going on with Gunko? What's up with that? What's up with the eyes? We didn't really know what was happening at the time. This is a great cliffhanger because we knew what was coming next was going to be crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a break week after this, if I'm not mistaken, which made it even more difficult. And then the last option is chapter 1169, which is the latest one. And we were about to find out what Loki's devil fruit was going to be. He finally opened the door, grabbed the chest almost, but Ragnar knocks it away. So, and of course, we don't know what it's going to be. Well, the spoilers are out, so some people do know. But these are the options. 1137 is number 1, the reveal of Shamrock. Loki standing up after getting unchained finally. 1141 is number 2. 1149 with Gunko becoming Gunmu is 1149. That is number 3. And then 1169 with Loki trying to grab the fruit is number 4. And boom. The poll is out. You guys, let me know what you think. And let me know who you think actually won this one. I'm actually very curious. I see you. I see Trip. He's already saying tough choice. Ooh. Muganko is what Zaza's saying. Okay. Let's see. Let's see, man. Let's see. Not gonna lie, again, my favorite chapter of the year is 1150. And that chapter, of course, was titled Domi Reversi. And that's when we finally found out everything. And that was literally the crux of what we're gonna see in the final saga. That might literally be the most important chapter of this entire final saga, because we're going to refer back to it to understand more about Gunko's powers. So, man, that's... Woo, what a chapter. What a freaking chapter, man. What a chapter. He said, hold on. He said, yes, sir. 1149 put fear in hearts. Brother, they did. It did. It did, my friend. It really did. It really did, man. It really, really did. Gunko Emu for me. Okay. Well, we will see. We will see. I'll give y'all some more time. It is split right now, actually. It is actually split between the Shamrock reveal and the Gunko / Emu chapter cliffhanger. Is this going to be our first split of the night? We will see. We will see, man. But of course, while we were waiting on that, I just want to remind everybody, go ahead and hit the like button while we are waiting. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, why not? What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because we do this stuff all the time. And this is one of the most, I'm be honest with you, this is one of the most interesting and creative One Piece podcast, anime podcast on the planet. We just got done running a cosplay competition on here with 50 plus contestants. So we do a lot of different stuff, man. Do a lot of different stuff. Okay, let's see which one or which. Oh, you had a call? Okay, I'll go through it again. This is 1137, the best cliffhanger. This is number 1. This is the Shamrock reveal. Let's see, 1140. I said, yeah, 1137, 1141. This is Loki standing up after getting unchained and grabbing Ragnir. This is 1149 with Gunmu. This is right before we got 1150, which is when we finally saw Domi Reversi. And this is number 3. And number 4 would be 1169, the chapter that we just got. And that is when Loki finally got into the room with the legendary devil fruit, and he couldn't grab it because Ragnir knocked it out the way. So, Slevin in the building. She says, "You're what's good? What's up with you, Slev? What's up with you? How are you?" Dizzy said, "I hope you have a best mom category because they never make it." You know what? I don't, but I will. I will make a category at the end of this for best mom. That's actually a really good idea. So you know what? Thank you, Dizzy, because we actually have technically 4 moms that were introduced this year. So, well, no, because Ida did make it this year. Ida, Estrid. Did Estrid make it this year? Estrid was close. I do think Estrid might have made it into this year, though. But we have Ida, Estrid. We have Eris. Obviously, she made it into this year. And then we have, I don't even know that she had a name before Garling literally sliced her in half. Shanks and Shamrock's mother. Let me know if she had a name. I don't even know if she actually had a name. But yeah, I'll put that poll up at the end. That's actually a good one. I like that. Mind you, the community was literally saying it's Shanks up until that Shamrock reveal. That is true. That is true. That is very, very true. That is very true. But like I said, if you haven't voted already, I'll probably give you another 30 seconds and then we can keep it pushing so that we don't spend all night on here. It's supposed to be a special edition. It's definitely not going to be a 3-hour stream like normal. Okay. Let's see. About 20 to 15 more seconds, and then we'll close this one up. Did Ripley make it this year? Ripley was introduced in 2024. So Ripley unfortunately did not make it. She wouldn't have made it into the mom category this year. But Ripley is goated. Ripley is definitely goated for sure. That would have been a tough one between her and Eris. Because Eris is up there. Ida's up there too, though. So I'm actually very curious what you guys think about that. Because Ida, Eris, ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, by about 5 seconds, roughly, and then we'll keep it going. Okay, and the winner is with 71% of the vote. The Shamrock reveal. Okay. Okay, the Shamrock reveal. I can dig it, man. Slevin says, Belmere, Nami's mom was gangster, man. Don't get me started on my Nami agenda. We all know who the best mom in One Piece is, and it's the woman who stared down the barrel of a pistol from a fishman and didn't flinch. She didn't even blink. She didn't say she was scared. She said, you know what? I love you. Nojiko, Nami, I love y'all. Blowie! That's the kind of, man, look, y'all already know where I'm at with Nami. Don't do that, Slev. Don't do that, Slev, because you already know I'm 10 toes about Belmere. You already know I'm 10 toes about Belmere. All right, let's keep it pushing before I get too far on that. You know where my Nami agenda is. Best quote. Now, this one is going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. I know there's at least 6 for best quote in here. So this one's going to be rather difficult, my friends. It's going to be rather difficult. So let's see. Let's see. So the first one that we have here is in the latest chapter. It was a cold quote. And I knew as soon as I read it that it was going to be on this list. We have freaking Harold chucking the sword through the brain stem of Hyrule. And he says, you gave me that blade years ago, Hyrule. Now you can have it back. Oh! I'm not gonna lie to you. After throwing that through someone's forehead and watching them lifelessly fall to the ground, that's a cold quote, bro. That's a cold quote. Then we have Mr. Davy D. Zabek talking to Emu. Hey, you, king of the bilge rats. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Cold quote. Very, very, very cold quote. We have Loki in front of Shamrock and Gunko. Your fate is sealed, my friend. Die and be at peace. Yes, I'll be sad as well as angry, but a warrior doesn't quibble and whine about his way of death. Instead, I'll feast on this rage and use it to bring the world to ruin. I'll feed on this rage and use it to bring the world to ruin. Okay. Then we have potential mom of the year, Eris. She says, then you wouldn't have fallen in love with me, would you? Rock says, don't be an idiot. She says, if it looks like they're going to catch me, I'll kill Teach and end my own life. So let's each find a way to survive, and we can meet again in Lulusia, Zebek. She said, yo, they're not going, I'm not gonna let them capture Teach. I'll kill him myself. Then I'll kill myself before I allow them to touch our son. That's how dedicated I am to the cause to save the Davy clan. Talk about it, Eris. Okay. Dizzy said I had to reread when Eris said that. Facts, bro. Trip says Loki has this one hands down. Okay. Let's see. He said, if only Harold was in his right mind saying that, I'd give it to him. Amen. Amen. It's still a tough quote. Then we have another nomination for Garp. You call that fire, Lin? You couldn't cook prime rib with this. Charred up, smiling like the demon he is, looking at Big Mom as she runs away from him. Another tough quote. And then last but not least, we have Zebek saying, sink them all and take their loot. This is right after they had formed up and they're just pillaging. So guys, we have 6. And you guys already know we got to do it exactly like we did last time. I need you guys to rule out 2 off rip before we get into the poll, because I can only put 4 up for the poll. So off rip, you guys got to rule out 2 of these because I have 6. So Harold is 1. The Zebek is 2, talking to Emu. 3 is Loki. 4 is Eris. 5 is Garp. And 6 is Zebek again. Can you guys in the chat rule out 2 of these so that we can have an even 4 and we can move on to the poll? Which of these does not deserve to be in this final part of the process? And I'm actually, again, very curious what you guys think, because I'm being surprised a lot tonight. I'm not going to lie to you. Slevin, you're funny. You are funny. Hey, Stephen Bryan in the building. How are you? Good to see you. Strawberry says 6. Which one was 6? Oh, that was Zebek. Let's see. 3D704 said 1 and 6. 1, really? So you don't think, man, that's actually kind of crazy. I'm being surprised a lot. See, this is why I can't make these lists alone. I need nominations next year because, yeah, man, this is kind of crazy. Y'all are actually surprising me based on what you guys are picking. It's okay, though. Slevin, you said 1? That one needs to go? Get 1 out of here. Wow. Okay, so right now we have 1 and 6 as the 2 that gotta go. This is I don't know if I have to take this personal a lot, man. This is kind of crazy. This is actually kind of crazy. Said didn't kill him though. That's facts. He didn't kill him though. You're actually 100% right. But does that take away from the aura of the quote though? I don't think it does. You know, he did say the helmet saved him. So, hey man, you know, maybe his head pause because it's gonna sound actually crazy. So pause before I get. Hold on, let me drop the banner. Pause on this before I even say this. But maybe his head has one of the best feats in One Piece. Honestly, I know that's an insane statement. This is a no Diddy zone, by the way. But maybe his head literally has one of the best feats because it can literally block a sword that's thrown through it at point blank range. No Diddy on that though, because I'm sure y'all get what I'm trying to say. There you go, Strawberry. Yes, bro. No Diddy. But I think y'all get it. Did I run the poll? I did. Oh, okay, I started the poll. Oh shoot, my bad. Wait, hold on. Wait. Let me end it. Sorry, I started too early. Sorry. Let me end that. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. 1 and 6 are out. So 1 is the Chief Harul, and then not Chief Harul. Chief Harul is out, and then Zebek, the last one, is out. So that would mean that 1 is Teach talking to Emu, 2 is Loki, 3 is Eris, and 4 is Garp. And I'll say that again. I started that poll way too early. I was not paying attention. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm going to start the poll back though. And I'll say it again, which one they are. Okay. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I just started the poll back again. 1 is Zebek talking to Emu. 2 is Loki. 3 is Eris. 4 is Garp. Now you guys can vote. And you should be able to actually do this right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Zebek called the king of the world a rat king. That's facts. Trip says Garp has a better quote in his fight versus Rocks. This was just more of a hard bar drop. Yeah, but I consider that like best quote worthy though. Because he said it and threw the sword through his face. You know, you voted wrong. Okay, I'll add a vote to Loki. I know you voting for Loki. So which one did you vote for? And I'll take one vote from that. Because I already know you're voting for Loki. And while you guys are doing that with your voting, this is another good time to remind you to like the stream, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Because if you like One Piece content, this is probably the place that you should be. Because we are one of the best One Piece I said one of the best. We are the best One Piece podcast on the internet. Very creative, very unique. Let me know what other One Piece podcasts are holding the 2025 One Piece Awards. I'll wait. There aren't any. Let me know what other One Piece podcast is holding a One Piece cosplay competition. I will wait. They're not doing it. We are, though. So I'd appreciate you to subscribe and hit the like button. It helps the page grow. And I see y'all's votes are coming in. We do have a split. Trip, you gotta let me know which one you voted for, Trip. So that I can pull one vote from that one. I don't know which one you voted for on accident. I have no idea. Actually, no, you might be able to change your vote, though. I don't know. But yeah, Trip, if you don't tell me, I can't change it for you. Take a vote off of 3. Okay. Got it. And put it to 2. Okay. Cool. Okay. And let's see who else. Harold's statement had follow through, literally. It did. He gave him the sword and threw it at him. That's so very true. You should do this yearly. Yes. I will. And again, it was I had thought about doing it too late because I should have actually set it up a little bit sooner so that people could vote earlier. But I was, this is my first full year because I started the podcast in 2024, in May of 2024. So I was getting the wheels and stuff on me. But this year I was able to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. And we got a lot of stuff happening quarterly and a lot of stuff happening yearly. And I'm going to do a lot of traveling this year for different collabs and everything, man. So yeah, this is going to be a yearly thing for sure. Dizzy says, yes, I'm here 2026. Me and my trash theories. You're good. Your theories they're probably gonna be better than mine. I'm not a theorist, but I do try. So I don't think it's gonna be trash. I'm sure you're good. Okay, I'll give it about 30 seconds and then I will end the poll. About 30 seconds to go. Let's see. 30 seconds to go, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. I know it's Friday night. I know y'all could be at the club, man. Y'all could be at the club. Y'all could be drinking, man. You could be, doing whatever. But you said, let me pull up to this random guy's stream and let's vote on One Piece panels. So shout out to you guys, man. I really appreciate it. I know you don't have to be here. And shout out to all of the new people that are here because I'm seeing a lot of new names that I haven't actually seen before. So I appreciate y'all. I don't know where y'all came from or how you found the podcast, but I appreciate you hanging out and having some fun with us. I think we have about 2 to 3 more categories. So we don't have too many left. All right. I'm in the poll. And ironically, it's supposed to be a split between 2 and 3, but Trip voted wrong. So 2 would actually end up being the winner. So Loki ends up winning it. Loki ends up winning it, man. Shout out to Loki for having the best quote of 2025. All right, let's keep it pushing. Best cover page / color spread. This is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a super fun one, man. Okay. So we are very familiar with this because if you saw chapter 1169, then you already know this. This is the Rocks Pirates. And they're looking drippy. They're looking so drippy. Rocks has the blue shirt, bent over with the sword, holding on to the tiger because why not? And bro's back there eating on some grapes, Gonzui. Yeah, leg cross for Rocks. Kaido with the drip. They're all suited and booted, man. Great cover story, or great, not cover story, color spread. Great. Then, of course, the next one we have is the Batakuri Maid Cafe. And we have our Straw Hats suited and booted as well. Looking very dapper. Which, does this mean Bonnie is up next? I don't know. Because she is suited and booted with the Straw Hat crew. Are they trying to tell us something? It's not a theory night. I'm just throwing that out there. Either way, suited and booted, looking dapper. Number 3 is a cover story, 1158. This was the reveal of Kozuki Moria. This was probably the most important cover story of this cover series. And one of the only ones that was actually kind of interesting. But this is the third choice. Chapter 1158, when we actually saw the grave, or potential grave, obviously we know it's not real, of Kozuki Moria, and we found that out. And then the fourth color spread is, or the fourth option is Rayleigh Rocks, Sanji, Gabon, and Zoro. And of course, Nami and Luffy. And this was great because we can see a lot of parallels going on. We obviously already knew this. But it's great because Oda just released confirming, because a lot of people that don't believe it, but Oda just came out and told us, yo, Sanji and Zoro are equals. They're equals. They're evenly matched. Even in Elbaf, we're being told that Gabon was seen as an equal to Rayleigh. But people were coping. Nah, they're not equals. That doesn't mean anything for Sanji. So Oda, his quote of it's a matter of reading comprehension. He came out and said, yeah, it's true. They're equals. They're evenly matched. So this was a nice color spread for that reason. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and set the poll up so that you guys can vote. And we will go back through the choices here in 1 second. I see my guy Mavaldoni in the building. What's up to you, my good friend? How are you? Good to see you, of course. Okay, 3 and 4. Okay, so for this category, 1 is the Rocks Pirates. 2 would be the Batakuri Maid Cafe. 3 is Rocks versus Herald, the cover story, where we learned about Kozuki Moria. Very, very important cover story. Probably the most important one that we got. And then the fourth one is the all-around panel with all of the parallel people, which Nami is in here too. While we're voting, I guess I can tell you, because of course I'm on my Nami agenda. I don't think Oda just accidentally put Nami in here just to sip on a drink. I think she's trying to tell us, yo, she's going to have some power that rivals a couple of people in this panel. I know y'all hate to hear that, but I'm going to be preaching it. Attack power is Monster Trio level attack power. You don't have to like it. It's okay, though. He said, oh, here we go. Hey, man, it's not my fault. Oda drew the panel. Get mad at Ichiro Oda. It's not my fault. I'm just reminding you, and I'm helping break down what Oda is trying to get us to see. That's it. Don't get mad at me. Oda's the one who drew this panel. Okay? All right. You guys are still voting. I guess it's another good time to stop and remind you, if you are in the stream, which the stream is growing, this is the most we've had all night. So shout out to you guys for being in the chat. If you are here, a couple of things I ask for you. Like button. Please hit the like button. If you're new here, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. If you like One Piece content, this is the place for you. Hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get notified, hit the notification bell as well. I'd love to have you here with us every Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are live doing tier lists, doing games, doing chapter reviews, episode reveals, One Piece news. It's all here. So if you like One Piece and you like this type of content tonight, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Please, please, please. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, let's see. Let me see your comments. Jinbei, Sanji in there too with Brooke. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, that's true. That's true. But why is she slightly bigger? Maybe again, he's trying to tell us something. I'm not the one that draws this stuff. I'm the one that reads it like y'all do. I'm just helping you understand what Oda's thinking. Because again, Oda literally calls me every Monday morning. So before I get on the streams on Monday night, I've already had a chat with Oda. So again, I get it. You guys don't like it. I get it, man. This is just what Oda is trying to tell us. That's it. That's it. And I'm telling you from the creator's mouth, this is what he said. So you got to argue with Oda, man. I have my Monday meetings with him every Monday morning. And yes, I know how to speak Japanese. So konnichiwa to you. Mavaldoni says, Holy Night Brook, but we don't want to talk about that. Oh, we can talk about that. We actually can and we should. Now, I don't know Holy Night. I don't know about that. But I do know that needs to be discussed further, because why are you talking to Gunko as a little girl? He needs to explain himself. Yes, now I see that. But again, she's slightly bigger for a reason. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad at me. Dizzy says, yes, I love Moria. Hope he gets in shape, comes back like when he fought Kaido. It's possible. I mean, I'm expecting Moria to join the Cross Guild, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, Brook is the new dragon. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, man. Let's see. I think it's time to go ahead and end the poll. 49% of the votes went to number 4. This is the best color spread of the year. Right here. Okay. I like it. It's a great cover. It's a great cover spread. Trip said, I'm not gonna lie though, I'd like to rank the top 30 color spreads overall. I think that'd be a great stream too. That's a good stream idea. I'm not gonna lie to you, because when I was going through, there's a lot more color spreads just this year alone that I had to sift through. So, ranking the color spread, that's a good idea for a stream. I'm here for it. Okay, best funny moments of 2025. And I think we have maybe 2 categories left. Best funny moment of 2025. This is when they had caught the food. And they say, look what we caught. Whoa, that's huge. It's a groggy-saurus. Tasty and nutritious. And then we have here at the bottom, I delivered the killing blow. You should have been there. I've never seen such a graceful soaring broccoli. Yeah, I love it. Trip, I couldn't put your thing in there because I could not find that panel. So Trip, I apologize. I know you had nominated one. I couldn't find the panel, and I desperately looked for that panel because I know what you're talking about. I just couldn't find it, so it's not in here. So that's the first one. The second one, we see all of our strongest people in the Rocks Pirates that we have been told about all these years. Shocky walking past them, and Hard Eyes from Whitebeard. Rox's heart is beating out of his chest for Shocky. Everyone is stone cold in love for this woman. Hilarious. And then we have Big Mom here with Gloriosa. What does Shocky think she's doing? Didn't she quit because she wanted to chase after a man just like you did, Gloriosa? Even the island of women can't defeat love, it seems. I didn't expect you to understand the agony of true love with the way you crank out babies like popcorn. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. Those are fighting words, brother. You crank out babies like popcorn. Okay. And then we have, this is actually right after Shiki drops the bomb into the building where Whitebeard is, because Shiki is told, hey, you need to pull the lift up because the rest of the crew is down there. And freaking Shiki drops the bomb down there with them. And then Whitebeard literally just cracks the whole area that he's in, creates this big like waterfall, and he gets out. And then Kaido and him are having a talk about the devil fruit casually. And then bro's on the ground saying, hey, who tried to bury me alive down there? It was you, Shiki. Oh, why, if it isn't my good friend Kyo, thank goodness you're alive. I was so worried. Obviously, he wasn't. He tried to kill them. So clearly, he is trolling. But either way. So these are your 4 panels for best funny moments of the year. And I'll create the poll. Again, give me one moment. Sorry again, guys. I am producing and I am doing everything. So just bear with me. Bear with me, my friends. You said Summers couldn't get a nomination, or is that... Nah, Summers couldn't get it, bro. Summers couldn't get it. He was way too dark, brother. Way too dark. All right, so this is number 1, the Sanji and Zoro moment. 2 are the Rocks Pirates. 3 is Big Mom popping out kids like popcorn. 4 is Shiki. Shiki talking to Kyo. And I'm gonna let y'all go and see what y'all think. Let me take a sip of water, man. Woo. Oh man, that was nice. Okay. Trip says the dark humor was necessary. It was, but again, unfortunately, this was all subjective, so it wasn't funny for me because I didn't get any nominations, so I had to find these and pick them myself. So I might have missed some ones that y'all would probably agree were actually pretty good panels for this category, but you know, this was all I had. This was all I had. Let's see. Funniest thing about that panel is Katakuri. Yeah. But no. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing them, getting to see the crew, the Rocks Pirates, just casually hanging out like they were. Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie. That was a great moment because I wish we could see more of them just casually being a crew because they gelled really well together. So I don't know. I can't agree with that. Dark humor is funny, but the moments from Summers just wasn't funny for me. That's it. Bro said, I made a soft bed of cushions for you. Yeah, I mean, that's a moment. That's a moment. I did somewhat chuckle in that moment, I guess. Did I ha-ha? No. Did I LOL? Yeah, I LOL'd, but I didn't ha-ha. And I definitely did not LMFAO or LMFAO or OFL. I didn't do either one of those. So for that reason, he didn't make it here. But I LOL'd. I definitely LOL'd. But I'm laugh scaling right now. And that's what I had to do because I had to nominate what I thought, you know? Zabek kicking Kaido too. Yeah, I mean, that was a moment. Is it funny? I don't know if it was funny. It was a moment. All right, I'll give y'all about 30 seconds before we keep it pushing. I think we already have our winner, honestly. We just might. 15 seconds, and then we'll wrap this up. And I think, oh yeah, I have literally one page left. So this next category is it. There's one more after this, and it's it. All right. And we have 57% of the votes going to panel number 3, which was Big Mom being told that she pops babies out like popcorn. That is the best funny moment of 2025. Okay. Chapter of the year. Now, again, there might be people that disagree with this list, but I personally feel like these are the 4 best chapters of the year. Chapter 1137, we got introduced to Shamrock, and that was one of the semi break the internet type moments because we finally know Shanks has a brother. Chapter 1138 was the Harley text mural. Amazing chapter all the way through. Then to top it off, you have the mural to just put the icing on top. Chapter 1150, we have Domi Reversi. Remember, this is right after we got the 1149, which we voted on earlier with the Gunmu ending. 1150 was when we actually saw Domi Reversi, and Imu was really just going to town on these giants. And then chapter 1165. And this is the chapter of God Valley. This is where we get Rocks. And we have Rocks, Roger, and Garp. And they all fully go out to duke it out. And this is the final chapter of their battle. And we get Roger and Garp talking to each other and talking about how you have to use a critical mass of hockey to be able to take out Rocks. This was that chapter. So these are the 4 chapters that are in the running for chapter of the year. I'm gonna make the poll, and I'm so curious what you guys think is the chapter of the year. And guys, make sure you take your time to think about this, because I don't want you to accidentally slip up and choose the wrong one. Hold on one second. 1150 and 1165. All right, guys. These are your options. The poll is out. Remember, take your time to pick which chapter, in your opinion, is the best chapter of the year. And again, while you guys do that, I'll remind you, if you are new in the stream, please, I'll say please, because it's rude to just tell you what to do. Please like the stream. That's better. Please like the stream. If you're new, subscribe, because we make One Piece content just like this regularly, and I think you would like this type of content. Subscribe, like the stream, and hit the notification bell if you like One Piece content. And if you've liked this too, if you like the content tonight, hit the like button for that, because it took me a while. It took me a while. My bad, Slev. I gotta throw a please in there, and I gotta throw a thank you. Sometimes I get really bossy, so I gotta reel it in. It's not me telling you what to do. It's me asking you to do it. There you go. Keep me in check, Slev. Thank you. Let's see. Trip says reverberations or mural. Okay. Very solid chapters. Very solid chapters. Who's going to win most outrageous theory? Are you talking about most outrageous theory on the podcast or within the One Piece community? 1165 because ITP? What you mean, Trip? Dizzy says, once we saw what Emu could do, the question became, how do you deal with that versus where's the One Piece? That's true. No, that's very true. That's so very true, man. Good point. Good freaking point. 3D says, this was an incredible year for almost every chapter. That's true. I don't think all year I rated a chapter below a 7. I don't. Even the intro chapters of Elbaf, like 1135, which was the first chapter of the year, I didn't rate that below a 7. Even when there wasn't much happening. I was a 7 or 8 for me all year. Let's see. 3D says, seeing what Emu can do and also seeing no one being able to do anything about it. Yeah, 1150 is still insane. I agree, man. That's my favorite chapter of the year. Bully says, ooh, hard pick. It is. It is. So make sure y'all take your time to pick. I'm going to give y'all a little extra time for this. Give y'all a little extra time. Because, yeah, this one is tough for me too, man. These are all banger chapters. Like, honestly, if I had the chance to, I would put the Rocks chapter up here too. Because Rocks' chapter, I want to say he was 1139, if I'm not mistaken. So I would have put his chapter up here too, but it just didn't hit for me more than these other ones. It just didn't hit for me. 1165 because it gave us a complete and elaborated. Okay, my bad. I cannot read, obviously. 1165 because it gave us a complete end and elaborated on the myth of the day. True. The mural opened up new convos that we will continue coming back to until the story's end. True. Very true. God Valley was epic. Like 1165 gotta be it. Okay. Most outrageous theory, mine. Morgan's is a Lunarian. That is quite the theory. I will agree to that. I'm gonna need you to explain where you're going with that, because I'll first listen. That sounds wild. Not gonna lie to you, but hey, man, at this point, I'm not gonna say anything is crazy, because Oda has showed me that nothing is impossible in this freaking series. So, hey, man, I'm not even gonna say anything's crazy anymore. 1165 also revealed that they can use the voice of all things. True. That's valid. These are all iconic chapters of this year, though. And that's why I'm allowing it to take this long to vote. I'm not going to lie. These are some iconic chapters. My vote is for most relevant to current storyline, 1150. 1150 is this. 1150 is up there. Honestly, it has to be the Harley mural. That double panel alone gave us the most outrageous theories of what's happened and what's to come. Don't forget that Frankie might have importance with it. That is true. That is a good point. That's a good point. I mean, there you could make a case. I'm not gonna lie, you can make a case for all of these. Harley, because of the mural, and not only just the mural, everything that happened in that chapter. It was still a great chapter. Domi Reversi, that was a full-length chapter, though. Everything from beginning to end had me on the edge of my seat in 1150. 1138 didn't have me on the edge of my seat from beginning to end. Not that it wasn't a good chapter, but the peak of the chapter was the end. The peak of 1150 was not the end. It was the entire chapter. That was probably the most complete chapter I've read all year. 1137, similar, kind of. Because 1137, there was a lot of mystery still shrouded. So, you know, but the peak was the end. 1165 was more so complete. I do agree. For me, the peak was at the end in 1165, though. I wouldn't say the whole thing was peak, but it was a great, great chapter. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it. I haven't gotten another vote. And we got 1165 with 46% of the vote. So 1165 was the chapter of the year for 2025. Man. Okay. I'm not even mad at that, man. I'm honestly not. He's a human we have never seen out of Zoan form. Got an albatross fruit, but you can't fly. And in Oda humor, thought came to me that Pro doesn't fly to make sure his flame stays off. Again, that's true. We have not seen him in his human form. I'm gonna table that theory, but I'm not the guy that's ever gonna tell you your theory is crazy. Trip says, I feel like we will have other great chapters that will involve the mural, giving us more detail and context on it. We're not getting another Rox versus Roger and Garp. That's a good point, Trip. I can't dispute it. 3D704 says, there you go, Ree, going from 1149 throughout all of 1150 was crazy. That's true. And I'm going to do, that was the last actual ones, but I'll throw a bonus one in there because Dizzy had a very interesting thought. So I'll throw this bonus one in there. And she said best mom. And I'll go ahead and do it because I'm actually very curious who you guys think is best mom, because we actually got a lot of moms this year. Hold on one second. I'm making the poll right now. 1 second. And okay. Boom. There you go. All right, so that's the bonus poll. That's the bonus poll, man. Who do you guys think is the mother of the year for 2025? That is the bonus poll. Let me hide that. Boom. There we go. Okay. So while y'all are voting on that, this has been great, man. This has been great. This is the first annual yearly One Piece award stream. How do you guys think the stream was? Now, granted, keep in mind, I'm doing a lot of the producing and typing. I had to set all of these files up today because I ran out of time because it was kind of short notice. But what do you guys think about the stream? Do you think it's a good idea that we started out the stream with the voice actors that passed this year? I think that was a good touch because I think a lot of times they're not giving their flowers while they're alive. So the contributions that they make to the anime, even to the Thai actress that passed away, that voiced Robin, I think she should be noted too. Because even if we're not watching that version of it, it's still helping spread One Piece to other people in other languages. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think about the stream. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed it up to this point. I put a lot of effort in getting it set up. So yeah, and also if you guys are new, hit the like button, man. I would appreciate that greatly. I would appreciate it greatly. People are voting for Estrid? Wait, hold on a second, brother. Who is voting for Estrid? I need you to drop your name in the comments right now. Who voted for Estrid? Put your name in the comments right now and come to the front right now because I need to talk. I need to talk to you. And don't be shy behind the comments because that's crazy. Zah says, I did. I had to for out. Oh my God, brother. Oh God. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let that one ride. Man. Glad I pulled up, liked, and subscribed. Dizzy, shout out to you. If you're gonna be rocking with us all 2026, it's gonna be a fun ride, man. A lot of good content is coming. And happy to have you here. Appreciate you for your support. 3D says stream was dope and the tribute was a nice touch. Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Zah, you wildin', bro. You actually wildin'. Okay. I'll give it another, I don't know. I'll give it another minute because it's only been up for 3 minutes. I'll give it another minute. I'll see who the best mom is, and then we will wrap, and then I will catch y'all on Monday for the actual stream. Let's see. Chip says, see, Strawberry, I can't be on the same list as Estrid's shopboarders. No, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Strawberry, you gotta remove him from that list now. Because that's crazy voting for Estrid. That's actually crazy, bro. Nah, that's wild. That's wild. Wait, let her cook. Estrid? What are we cooking up with Estrid? What are we cooking? If you're talking about Estrid, Maxie, I need you to explain yourself because nothing's happening. Mavaldoni said W stream. Appreciate it. Yeah. Rip to them for sure. Rest in peace to all of the voice actors that passed away for sure. He says, so we listen and judge. When you're talking about Estrid, we're listening slightly, but we're judging more so. That's crazy, brother. That's crazy. No, we judge that. We don't judge everything, but we judge that. It's definitely Alex and his burner accounts. Facts. Alex, log out of Zaza's YouTube. Log out, bro. Just log out of Zaza's YouTube channel. You don't got to do this, man. We know it's you. This is not even Za at this point. Log out of Queen Estrid. Luffy wouldn't judge. See, that's not even Zaza's picture. That's how I know. Okay, so Alex, I know this is you, Alex. You logged into Zaza's old YouTube account. That's not even Zaza's picture. That's how I know this is you, Alex. Log out of his YouTube channel. This is not okay. Log out of his YouTube channel and log into your YouTube channel, Alex. We all know it's you. The jig is up. Not doing it. All right, let's see who won 9% to Estrid. That's so crazy to me, man. Ida with 55%, Eris with 27%, Estrid with 9%, and Shanks' mom, who wasn't even given a name, gets 9%. Because as soon as she was introduced in that same panel, she was executed. But it's all good. Guys, this is it for the 2025 One Piece Awards. Thank you to everyone that tuned in, man. Thank you for coming out on this Friday night. Again, the next stream is going to be on Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The chapter technically will be out, but it won't be out for Viz. So I'm not reading the chapter this week on stream because I try my best to only support Viz when the chapter officially drops. So we're not reading the chapter this week on stream. So try to hold your spoilers until the beginning of the year because that's when we're reading 1170. And with that said, you guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in with your boy. And I'll catch you guys on Monday.